I love the people though that are have moved into the podcasting world and there's more and more of them that are moving into this world because they know that the narrative around their lives, around maybe their message is just getting eaten up by these sort of clip segments that you see in the news. And they need a long form scenario, a long form environment to actually say, no, this is what I'm saying. No, this is who I am. And I think there's an attraction to that right now. Do you think that enough people have been turned off this year by the media, or do you think a lot more people have just been?
So in my thought process and my just
because you're not that into the news, right?
I hate the news.
Okay, good.
I hate it so much.
Good. Let's talk about it since we both don't watch it.
Perfect. Here's my well-educated opinion. I think you're looking at a population of people, probably more like our demographic, like 30 to 40 is the dividing age between, okay, media is all we've ever known.
Yeah.
And I'm going to form my own opinion. And it's just how are people going to lead in that next thing? I'll be honest, like the way like our country is set up, I don't think enough young people care enough. They just go, I don't know enough. I don't care. So I can't cause change. And I don't know. I don't think people know any other way. People don't know any other way except to watch the news or except to get their, like, I'm totally guilty of this, getting the news from Twitter. Like, real talk. It is.
It's bad.
It is. But it's like, I mean, at the same time, you're kind of catching both sides on that. Right. And but people don't know how else to do it. Like, people don't know how to consume anything unless it's media driven and media backed.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I've just, especially this year, even some of the commentators that I used to follow that would be more political commentating and things of that nature, I've kind of pulled away from. I just got so sick of the noise. It's just this, I started to catch on to the repetition of the negativity. And they fill up these large segment shows with just kind of repeating talking points.
Yep.
And it happens on both sides. I lean one way, but
dude,
it doesn't matter. I'll go to the other side and I'll see that same pattern. So I've had to just kind of pull away.
All of media.
Yeah.
Like I used to work overnight, and when I came home in the morning, I would watch SportsCenter, and it was just like if baseball season was on,
it
was baseball, but then it was like whoever the free agent is. Like, we're going to talk about James Harden as a free agent for the next month. Or we're going to talk about, like, Tom Brady. He's 40. Like, is he going to continue? He wasn't 40 at that time. But it was just like, it's the same narrative over and over and over again. And it's like, the phrase beating a dead horse. Like, you're going to run it until it no longer gains attention anymore.
What's interesting, though, and I kind of live... Recently, I've sort of pulled away a little bit from YouTube just because you can get sucked into YouTube just the same way that you visit your grandparents. The news is on.
You're talking to a guy who had off on Tuesdays, and I literally had a day called YouTube Tuesday.
Oh no!
Yep. Me and my brother would hang out and watch YouTube, and it would be the most.
It depends, though. It depends on what you're watching. It was
funny stuff. I'm not watching. Right. I'm not watching podcasts of like.
See, that's the thing, though. I just go from like podcast to podcast to podcast to podcast.
Yeah, I'm watching like funny fail videos to like Vine videos.
Well, that's where I've transitioned. Back to Disney
entertainment.
Disney Plus has AFV on there. Watch a little bit of that. Go watch some top fails of 2020 on YouTube. Yeah, that's the way to go, man. No, but one thing that is cool that I have seen, and it's been growing, especially in 2020, is this trend of the long form conversations dominating the views that the media is getting. Now they're able to kind of, through their influence and money, push their stuff on YouTube so that as soon as you get on YouTube,
It's the first
you
thing
got
you
all
see.
the big news
Yeah.
organizations pushing their videos.
Mhm.
But you look at the views, it's like 4,000 views,
Mhm.
14,000 views.
Mhm.
You look at somebody, like I follow this one guy, and it doesn't matter if you like him or not, but Tim Pool is like this liberal. People always accuse him of being like a milquetoast fence sitter because like he just sort of rides.
No idea what the heck that
It
means.
just means he rides the line.
Okay.
And he never kind of like comes out for one side or the other,
Yeah.
which seems reasonable. But you know, he has more liberal views, but then in a lot of his talk on culture and society and things like that, he kind of leans the other way. You know, like policy wise, he wants, you know, universal health care and just all this stuff kind of that are talking points on that side,
Mhm.
and then leans culturally in a different direction. But what's cool about it is he has this show at night called Timcast IRL, and he just has him and his friends. They just sit around this huge table and they just do a podcast live on
Yeah.
YouTube. Sometimes they have, depending on who like the guests are that come on, they could have like 70,000 people watching live.
Dang.
So like by the time the video's been up
Yeah.
till the next day, he's like 235,000 views. And that's one show.
Yeah.
He puts out like 4 videos a day
A day.
on like other channels that he have.
Golly.
Yeah. So I'm saying like this guy is dominating, you know, because he's like on 2 of his channels, he has over 1 million subscribers. On this nightly show, he has close to 1 million.
Mhm.
So he's dominating the regular news media in terms of just views and engagement.
Yeah.
So that gives me hope because he's just having conversations.
Yeah.
Like they're talking about news, they'll bring up news articles, especially he's like a independent journalist.
Mhm.
So he reports on the news, but he's just giving his opinion.
Yeah.
You know, so he'll like read the news articles, give you his opinion, and that's basically what he does.
Yeah.
And then the nightly show, he might bring up a news article to kind of get the conversation started. But then he has like all his friends who he kind of has a weird life. He kind of lives in this. Well, he lives out in like Missouri somewhere, out in the mountains.
That's weird in itself.
Well, and then it's like this mansion that he bought,
Cool.
and he has like a skate park in his basement.
Oh, that's dope.
And you know, I don't know how many people live at his house.
A lot, probably.
He has like at least 4 regular people live with him.
Define regular people.
Like I just mean like friends.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Like don't know anything about what happens there or anything like that. But like, so they just sit down at night, like every night, 8 to 10:30 p.m. They just sit down and talk. And like to have that many people viewing live
Mhm.
is like, I just see the hunger for real conversation.
Mhm.
Because they want to be like completely open and honest and authentic with their views and really kind of dig out ideas and things that are happening in the news and kind of point out that doesn't make any sense or point out that's false.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love that. That gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
And this
Real conversations.
real
man.
conversation, man.
Real people.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? You just watched a clip from one of our Just Breathing podcasts. If you want to see the full version, you just hit the link in the description below. Or if you want to just keep watching clips, we got some more right here. Thanks, everybody.